Let me try to go a little bit quicker because I'm getting calls, but I did turn off the notifications. But anyway, easily to get distracted. Definitely me. So forgetful daily activities. I put stuff in the door so I will not, forget it. Cannot sit long. Definitely, my body will squirm, scrunch, and it's like no matter how much I try to concentrate in my mind, you know what I mean, not to do it, my body wants to move. And it is the most annoying thing to not be able to sit still. Um, when I was at work, like working in the office, as a nurse, working in the office as a nurse, I would get up 50 times a day from my desk. Could not sit there. Oh, let me go do this. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do that. Come back, sit down 20 minutes. Oh, let me go downstairs and do that. It was the hardest thing to just sit still. You know what I mean? I always feel restless. Sometimes I literally forget to breathe. It's almost like unconsciously I try to stop my body from my heart, like being so restless. So I literally would just hold my breath. And I've known that I was doing it. I didn't know why. That I was doing it. Um, Talks excessively. That is funny because I've had many people tell me that, my friends and all that, and I do. I talk a lot. I talk excessively. I really, really do. Which is one of the reasons why I feel like I need a, job in TV or podcasting or something like that, because I do talk a very lot. Interrupting conversations, definitely me. My family, my friends will tell you. I apologize to all y'all. I do. I do. It's almost, like my mind is jumping the gun before something, and yes, I do interrupt. Fails to pay close attention to detail. I've been told several times that I ain't watching no movie with you. You didn't pay attention to that. How did you miss that? You didn't see when they did that, and I literally did not see it. I literally did not see it. I don't know how. It's gotten very hard for me to read books. Books are my favorite, but it's so hard to like just sit there and like just concentrate, on it, because my body wants to get up and move around and walk around. It's like that's why I love taking walks. In the summertime, I will walk for miles because it clears my mind. The physical aspect, definitely with the dark circles under my eyes, because I don't sleep. It's the hardest thing for me. I could get in the bed in the quiet, or even it works when I put on my like soundscapes or something like that. But if I'm just laying there in the quiet, you can forget it. Cortisol. Cortisol is definitely another thing that affects people with ADHD, because the constant stressful mindset, even thinking, people don't understand, even thinking about stressful situations can cause you to have cortisol. Um, Pressure to do things in a hurry. I definitely feel that. For me, I need task segments. Like if I use my calendar and I'm able to put, you know, write things down. I am somebody who needs to live by a calendar. If I don't break things up into a calendar, in my calendar, and say do this day at this time and blah blah, it's not getting done. It's not getting done because it'll be overwhelming to me. And sometimes I'm just so tired because my brain is just like racing all over the place, and it's like even if I'm not physically moving, like my brain just, it makes my body tired. So there is known to be a spiritual aspect of what is called ADHD, but from the spiritual people, they call it a very sensitive soul. Um, and one of the reasons is because we tend to pick up energy from everybody. I know me. I pick up energy from everybody. It's almost like I can hear it when people are around me. I can hear everybody's thoughts. It's almost like I could just hear all the sounds like in their body, like their hearts beating. I pick up energy easy from music, TV, social media, so much to the point where I have to shut it off. I just have to shut everything off, even the radio. There's been times when I even had to cut off like the radio in the car and drive in silence because I feel overwhelmed. I've always had a deep connection to others. I can read people so easy. That's why I always tell people, don't lie to me. Don't even try it. I'm going to pick up on it immediately. Don't even pull it. While you telling your lie or putting things together, my mind is already like bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Um, from a spiritual aspect, people who've been known to have ADHD, dreamers, vivid imagination, original, inquisitive people, very inventive people, passionate, very observant. I definitely am. Um, it's not a good idea for those of us to have office jobs or like sit down at the desk jobs. It's terrible because you want to move around. At work, working on the floor as a nurse, moving around all day long, this, that, and the third, that seemed to be just perfectly fine to me. But when you sit down and it was like time to chart and time to like be still and write things down, I always had a problem. I always had a problem. It's been said from a spiritual aspect that the third eye is open and definitely pick up on others people's thoughts. And it's kind of like you say what they say before they say it. You know what I mean? Out sometimes, because it's like you automatically know what they're about to say. So it's like you beat them to it, and they'll look at you and be like, "Yeah." Um, that could also be the reason why interrupting others is so common. It's almost like, okay, people vibrate on a certain level, but it's almost like people with this whole quote unquote ADHD disorder vibrates on a different, more higher like type of level. It's like a different type of frequency. You know what I'm saying? That we vibrate on. Many famous people have been known to have ADHD, and it is definitely something that can yield, very great benefits if you are able to control it. Most of the time, people don't know what it is, so they'll end up smoking weed or like doing drugs or liquor or whatever the case may be in order to calm their mind. You know what I mean? Because they don't understand like what it is. So some things definitely that can be done is daily meditation. For me, it's a must. I know that now. Like, I've been somebody who meditated, but I stopped doing it on a daily basis and a frequent basis. But for me, I now know that it is an absolute 100% must that I do it every single day. I will not be able to function if I don't, which I'm not, functioning at the optimum level that I should be now because of that. Yoga. Unplugging from electronic devices, because no matter what people think or say, we are electric beings, period. This is why they use electric shock to shock our hearts. You know what I mean? When your heart stops, things like, I could just go on and on about that. We are electric beings. So unplugging from that to, what can I say, curb some of the stimulation. Let me say, for parents, understand what it is before you medicate your children. Please understand what is really going on with your children before you get into putting medication into them. I used to think that it was sugar. Yes, sugar can cause some hyperactivity, things like that, but I don't eat sugar. Like, I'm not a big sugar person. If I eat a piece of cake or something like that, that's it. I'm not a every single day eat a lot of sugar because it makes me physically sick. So it's not that. For me, writing, my family will tell you that I will write you a book or I'll write you a letter in a minute. They know me. I will write you a letter in a minute, because it's like when I write it down, it seems to get it off my chest. You know what I'm saying? It's not still there. So, and I will not rest until I do. Like now, I just made this video. I was so tired. I wanted to go lay down and go to sleep, but the fact that I knew I wanted to make it would not let me rest. So I was like, you know what? Forget it. Let me go ahead and do it now. So I just wanted to make this video to possibly help somebody else, because when I tell you I cried today, I cried yesterday, because it is, now I know, you know what I mean? Like what's going on, you know, with me or whatever. I would never do any type of medication or whatever. I do take my CBD oil now. Well, I was taking it for sleep, but now I may like increase it a little bit, like in the daytime or whatever, to just help me relax until I get, what can I say, steady and focused with my meditation or whatever. So for teachers who are dealing with children with ADHD, I think that is very important, or what you guys call ADHD, to understand the child, because all of them don't need medication. I don't think any of them do. But it's almost like the cookie cutter way to teaching our children does not work for every child, you know? So as parents, please pay attention to your children and, you know, find out what's really going on with them before you whoop them and pop them and not understand why they cannot sit still. I am a 49-year-old woman, and it is extremely hard for me to sit still in one place. It is extremely hard for me to sit and just watch a screen, you know, as evidenced by certain things that I should be doing and learning and brushing up on, but I can't sit still long enough. So I hope this video helps somebody, because a lot of people go through their life not knowing or having a clue what's going on in their heads and their minds. So maybe this will help somebody out.